Hi everybody, and welcome back after quite a startlingly long hiatus. It feels like, but probably about a month. We're back on the What's My Age Again podcast with me, Matt, and him, Matt. How you doing?
Hello. How the devil are you, Matthew?
I'm not so bad, pal. Not so bad. I think the thing is, what we can get out of the way straight away is obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, this has happened. We're in November, we're doing Movember.
Yeah.
If you laughed, you could probably give us a quid. All right, yeah. Bargain. Look at this.
You can have all the quid from me, Matthew.
£1.
For all the people obviously not listening to this, Matthew has grown. He's not grown. He's shaved his facial hair into an exceedingly fantastic Dr. Robotnik style tash with equipped with twirly bits at the end.
For twirling, yeah, that's it.
It's phenomenal, and it really suits you, surprisingly. It takes a dastardly person to pull off that kind of tash.
Dastardly. Well, this is it. But the thing is, we've been on lockdown, so I've got away with it essentially. Hardly anyone's seen it. I mean, I put pictures up and that, but
yeah, that's true, yeah.
I've not had to deal with them.
We'll make sure we put a picture on the old socials so people can see. I even might have this as the artwork for this episode. Is just a picture of your face with your tash. That might be a good idea, just so people can understand the impressiveness.
Why it needed mentioning.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely need to mention it. We need to broach that subject quite quick, and I'm glad we did. But I suppose that kind of leads us on to the topic of this episode. Not facial hair, but what is it, man?
The topic of this episode is fashion, or more accurately, we're going to talk about moving with the times. You know, if you're adopting new fashions, if you're not bothering and you're like a bit like myself, just going, it's a bit jeans and a Megadeth t-shirt you've had for 15 years, that'll sort you out. Or whether, whether you've reinvented your look, or whether maybe you can't pull off what you did previously. Some of us have doubled in size in the past 15 years, so squeezing into the same t-shirts isn't necessarily an option. But yeah,
like baby Gap t-shirts.
That's it. You've got to put one on underneath just to slim out the figure, and then you put another one over the top. But you'll be warm, I'll tell you that much.
So essentially, you're saying that like some of these t-shirts could act like what are them things that ladies wear to make the stomachs go in?
Like a girdle.
The girdle, yeah. Essentially wearing like a girdle. Although saying that, men do that as well, I believe. I've seen men do that where they wear the girdles to try and make themselves seem slimmer than they actually are, because they can't hide 15 pints of John Smith every single night kind of stomach anymore.
Yeah, but so this is the question, yeah. Is it a girdle, or have they gone with the marketing team and just gone, no, girdles are ridiculous. This is a murdle. And have they lent into it?
Who knows? Yeah. But I mean, if you've got a load of Megadeth t-shirts from when you were 15 and you're trying to hide it, you could definitely sell it as a murdle, a girdle. Yeah, you could definitely sell it as a murdle, couldn't you?
Yeah, I feel like you get sponsorship on it. Everyone's big on that nowadays.
What we're doing now, we're contacting all the early 2000 bands and asking if they want to get involved.
Because I reckon like some of these fellas, they were very fashion conscious anyway. So and some of them now, they've also piled on the preparing for a long winter. Some of these people, so yeah, I bet they'd be on board.
You know what I do find actually. This is going slightly off topic, but kind of in the same vein. If you look at people like, I feel like people like Corey Taylor has definitely quietened down his look and has gone for more of a sensible bit of attire these days. He's more of a jeans and jacket kind of guy these days, or jeans and like a cool t-shirt kind of thing, instead of being a bit wild and out there. Obviously, I know he's not going to walk around with his mask on all the time. For anyone who doesn't know who Corey Taylor is, he's the lead singer of Slipknot, and also other good bands. But I feel like he's very mellowed. He's definitely mellowed over the past like 10 years or something.
Well, this is it. There's a lot of like lead singers of various punk bands and what have you. Now, it's almost not all of them, but a lot of them have gone. No, it's plaid shirt and beard time. We're just being K-boys now.
Yeah,
and good on them. Because I mean, God knows I can't have a mohawk anymore, so I might as well. might as well roll with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Phil. Once again, we're what, 5 minutes in, and we have derailed the entire thing.
We're off. We are off.
You know what? That's when a train goes too fast.
Oh yeah, definitely when it goes well fast, like that film. What was it? Speed? That's a train, wasn't it? Or is it Speed 2?
Like popular film, The Train That Went Too Fast and Couldn't Slow Down.
Yeah, I've seen that many times. Good. So should we try and rein it back in? Get back slightly a bit. So let me put this to you, Matt. Do you feel since your early 20s to your early 30s, has your look changed much? You can include anything. You can include facial hair. You can include build. You can include fashion. Anything. Just if you think you've changed massively, I think you should let us know.
Right. I mean, aside from getting like a lot less boyish looking, and current mustache excluded, of course.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the growing a beard, just being a cowboy. But it's I mean, I feel like the problem is I'm a bad example because I dressed like an idiot then, and I still do dress quite poorly. I mean, I've just fucking like. I mean, there's this.
Let's look at that.
I'm a big fan of it. But, it's not necessarily high fashion as such.
Well, the thing is, for people who are not watching this, Matthew's sporting a wonderful. Would you say it was a tiger, big tiger on the front of your t-shirt?
I would say it is a black and gold tiger. Yes,
black and gold tiger. You know what it does remind me of though? It's kind of like the jumper that Brett would wear in Flight of the Conchords.
Yes.
If you've seen Flight of the Conchords, it's the kind of jumper that he would wear.
I'm a big fan of the fourth most popular folk rock band in New Zealand's fashion school.
Yeah, they're very fashionable people. They even write a song called "Fashion Is Danger," which I think we could all take a lesson in that and realise that fashion is danger. Fashion's a stranger, if you will.
Fashion is danger, and fashion is a stranger. Yes, we'll. Oh God, I can't believe we've ticked this off in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
So you're saying that your look hasn't changed that much? Is that what you're going with?
Well, I mean, the issue is it changed quite a lot, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Through stupid haircuts or beards. You know, I had a wonky goatee for like the longest time. It was wonky. No one said anything.
A wonky what? Goatee?
Wonky goatee, yeah. I was convinced it wasn't. I think it's brilliant. Yes, I'm a 16-year-old with a beard, blah, blah, blah. However, it was full on wonky. So if you look at photos, it's like I've put it on wrong. Just stuck it to my face at an angle.
Is it like sideways, or is it just does it just go to one side? How does that work? How does a wonky goatee work?
So if you were to imagine, if you would take a goatee, imagine it has like a shape, the shape of a goatee, like so. Yeah, put it on your face so it's flat. Yep, and then just tilt it 5 degrees or so.
So like this.
Yeah. So at the bottom,
right.
at the top, you don't really notice it so much.
No.
But at the bottom, it's just a slight angle. It's very odd, but no one said anything.
So what were you doing? Were you cutting it at an angle then? Were you just like stood at the sink, stood like a certain way, just not getting the right angle to cut it right?
Don't know. I was convinced it was right. And it's only looking back on photos that I'm like, right, okay, so none of my friends nor family can be trusted. That's you've allowed that to happen, and not just once, for a while.
Brilliant. Oh, dear.
So yeah, you know, like, and then I mean, various, as you said, various Mohicans, undercuts, shaved my head every couple of years previous, and then grow it out again. At one point, I had big curly Brian May-esque ringlets, like down here. It was, as I said, I've made some questionable choices, so I'm not necessarily a brilliant example of someone's behaviour changing as they hit 30. Like, I've just been an idiot a while.
Okay, right. So you're saying that it's changed a lot over the years, but I mean, do you feel like now that you've turned 30, you've found a style that suits you a bit more, or one that you've kind of stuck with over the past few years, and one that's a bit more grown up, a bit more 30 like, or not? Or would you say that you've just carried on doing what you're doing, being a bit mad and experimenting with styles?
Yeah, I mean, experimenting with styles is a polite way to put it, I suppose. I accidentally double denimed the other day, matching double denimed because my coat was wet, so I grabbed my jacket instead. Got to Tesco down the road from mine, and realised that my lovely denim jacket, matched my lovely denim jeans, as if I'd planned it, and decided I couldn't go in Tesco because I looked like a mad person.
Well, I don't know. Like, I think double denim, you just have to own it. If you're gonna double denim, you need to just like, fuck it, I'm double deniming, and if you don't like me double deniming, then you can get in the bin.
That's all well and good if you've intended to double denim, but when it comes as much of a surprise to yourself as it does everyone around you, and it's a rough time to do it because I'm pairing it with this mustache. If I'm going out in an entirely matching denim outfit, it's a statement piece. Like, and Tesco on Whitworth Road isn't necessarily ready for it. It's but then the other fact that I added was, while we're talking about ridiculous things in my wardrobe, I own more Hawaiian shirts than I own any other item of clothing. So yeah, it's time to. Don't you talk to me about people not liking what I wear or getting in the bin, because it's just about picking which hill you want to die on, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Hawaiian shirts are where it's at, whereas double denim, not necessarily.
What about rocking double denim with a Hawaiian shirt?
It entirely depends on the shirt, because there's a Hawaiian shirt for every occasion, obviously.
Well, you pick the shirt. You pick the shirt, and would you be willing to treat the people of our local town to you in double denim, Hawaiian shirt, and tash?
I mean, the problem is I do look a lot like, if that's the outfit of choice,
yeah,
I look a lot like a time traveling policeman. Like, Like I should have.
Like something from what is it that show that show for what is it? Life on Mars.
Yeah,
Something like that.
I've got a shoulder holster, like, and you know, as not a policeman, what am I going to put in a shoulder holster? Biscuits.
Of course, that makes logical sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Just and the thing is, I'm trying to watch what I'm eating, so the last thing I need is a holster of biscuits because that's gets a bit tense.
What about a couple of carrots?
No,
baby carrots.
You can't carry carrots in a holster. You'd look mad.
Well, biscuits, totally fine.
It's a biscuit holster, man.
Oh wow! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Oh dear! Oh dear!
So, what about yourself? Then, have we had huge fashion leaps forward, or are you?
I don't know actually, because I would say that I still kind of dress the same way as I did when I was in my early 20s. When I was much younger, I went through some like phases of fashion. So you go through a bit of an emo phase and a bit of a mosher phase. I went through a phase of dressing like Bernard Black from Black Books when I was like 18. So I'd wear like suits and a big coat, and I never didn't brush my hair a lot, and yeah, that was a look. Dyed my hair every single colour under the sun, which probably hasn't helped offset the hair, has it?
I mean, you're telling me. I strongly suspect that bleaching your hair sooner or later you're going to go bald. That's a thing.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help the cause at all. But yeah, I really don't think I've changed a whole lot, because I will still to this day wear a baseball cap backwards when I want to, and I will still dress the same way as I did when I was 21. Now, most of the fact that when I was like 25, I think it was, and I was still looking at hospitality. I was holding like a staff meeting, and it was just obviously wasn't in my uniform, and I was dressed in like 3/4 shorts, a baseball cap, and a t-shirt with a band t-shirt and like a Blink t-shirt, something like that. And one of the young lads was like, "Why are you dressed like you're 21? Aren't you 30?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm actually 25, but I'll dress however the hell I want. Even if I was 30, I will dress however I goddamn will please. Thank you very much." And I still, to this day, wear shorts, t-shirt, and a baseball cap backwards if I can do, weather permitting, obviously. So yeah, I really don't think there's a massive difference. Although I do feel like my understanding of when to dress more appropriately has got a lot better these days. I'd normally kind of dress up for no real occasion and then dress down for special occasions. Which would probably obviously quite infuriate. I can imagine it infuriating my past girlfriends, because they'd be like, "Oh, we're going to go somewhere nice. You're going to wear something nice." I'm like, I'm going to wear something a bit nice. I'm going to wear jeans, shirt, a t-shirt, and then a jacket. So I will wear my Blink-182 t-shirt with a blazer jacket and some jeans.
The height of fashion. Yeah. But with said outfit, so you're going jeans. Yeah. You're going jacket and jeans, yeah, like indie disco clobber, yeah. But
yes,
what are you doing shoes wise?
Depends, right? Okay, so if I was going with jeans, I'd probably wear shoes. If I was wearing decent pants, so if I was wearing essentially like a suit jacket, suit pants,
yeah,
t-shirt, trainers, obvs.
Yeah, you know,
that's just the way it works. That's the way it rolls.
That's it, because you're taking a lot of fashion prompts there from popular boy bands. As it seems to be that you're dressing a lot like your McFlys or your Busteds there.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Although to be fair, if someone said that I'd dress like McFly these days, I probably wouldn't be too offended. But back in my youth, I probably would be massively offended because now I have a greater appreciation for McFly these days. So I will not take that much offence to it. But back in the day, I probably would have wanted to kick your teeth in for slandering me and putting me in the same bracket as them people.
This is it, and I can tell by the way your posture's changed. You're still a bit annoyed.
No, I'm fine.
And this is not even an outfit you're wearing now. This is a theoretical outfit from 5 years ago.
So, I think in relation to your question about have I changed or not, I'd say I've changed. I've grown up a bit more, and I can definitely dress up and look good when I need to do. But also, if I had my choice and if I didn't really have to impress anybody, I would still wear the same stuff I wore when I was 21, 100%. Because hats are cool, man. I like hats.
That's right.
And I like t-shirts.
You know what I learned the other day?
What did you learn the other day?
The term for, like online dating and what have you, dating websites.
Yeah.
When someone wears a hat, you're familiar with catfishing, yeah? Yeah, so when you, if someone wears a hat to disguise like going bald or like having a weird head or something, it's called hat fishing.
Hat fishing, yeah, wow.
There you go. It's it's not the cleverest wordplay, but it did make me laugh.
No, I mean, it's not very original, but I mean, it still makes sense because you could have anything under a hat, couldn't you? You could be hiding a third nipple under there, like
lesions. This is it. You go check for lesions.
Lesions, yeah.
Head tattoos. I mean,
you could be sporting
fully honest with him.
You could even be sporting on the back of your head, Lord Voldemort, like
exactly.
Philbin does. Is it Philbin?
This is it. Not Philbin. It's Quirrell.
Quirrell, that's it, Mr. Professor Quirrell. Yeah. So look at you dropping your Harry Potter knowledge.
Absolutely.
Like you're some sort of boss.
Yeah. Listen. Two kinds of people. Us and Muggles.
Yeah.
But yeah, 32-year-old.
Hey, whoa. There's nothing wrong with Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter.
I'm not a massive fan, Like, I'm absolutely not a massive fan. It's it's all right.
I can't believe you managed to get Quill then, and I didn't.
Yeah, but
that's very impressive.
I know a lot of approximate knowledge of a lot of things, but once again, getting distracted.
Yes, back to the topic in hand. So, do we think that a lot of people go through this change? Because although my fashion sense hasn't changed much over the last few years, obviously I've lost my hair. I have more prominent facial hair than I ever have done. I now have tattoos.
That's another thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I do feel like at some point there was like I think it was before my 30th I shaved my head. I think it was before I was 30 I did that. But then I never have thought before that to get tattoos, and never thought of not that I didn't want them, but I think we discussed it when we did the tattoo episode. Yeah. And one of those things where it was just kind of an impulse thing where I thought, well, you know what, I've kind of always wanted to try it. Let's do it. I'm going to get one, and now I have more. So I have two more.
I'm really liking those.
So I think it's something where now you got the bug and you want to do a bit more. So eventually, by the time I'm 40, I could have far more tattoos. Which
this is it.
It's a strange thing to think that you get this point in your life and you want to change and you want to do something completely different. And again, I've been trying to get in shape a bit more than I ever have done in the past. I've always tried to keep healthy, but I've never wanted to change my body shape before. So,
well, you know what we can do when lockdown ends? We can get some of those stripy swimming costumes, and we can be old-timey strongmen. That'd be a laugh.
Yes, that have steak and eggs
Exactly, steak and eggs and steak. What a combo!
Eggs and steak and eggs and eggs and steak and eggs and eggs and steak.
This is it. So,
and then Johnny will play us off with the piano.
Yeah, that's it. I for one, my Tumblr. But I haven't even showed you my newest tattoos, have I? Like, I don't think I've seen you since. So I ended up with I've got like that big.
I've seen that one.
I've done that, yeah.
What's that one for the audience, Matt? That
one is a big old axe, like a woodcutter's axe on my forearm. It took a lot of self-control not to get some scroll work with just the words chop chop in it, because I thought that was funny, but I can't guarantee that I'll always think that's funny. So
no.
Yeah, and on my other arm I got a pair of sunglasses, like so. It's
whoa, that's well cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. But we put it at a slight angle just because I know I'm a child. And can you imagine the amount of dabbing I'd do? That's not a cool thing to be doing anymore. Certainly not a cool thing to be doing.
I didn't even think about the possibility of dabbing.
Exactly right. It's slightly off,
you need
like
to...
just.
Yeah. Oh. No, why would you not do that? It's like the mustache thing, the mustache in your finger thing.
Yeah, but
come on, it's a party. It's a party trick at least. You'd be like, how am I going to put shades on without owning a pair of shades? And be like, well, how? And you roll your sleeve off and then go, whoop, and then you'd be like, what up? I just beat your ass.
That's exactly what I'd be, and that's the problem in it, because no one wants to hang around with that guy the first time he does it. I can't imagine it becoming more fun the more you do it, and I've not got the self-control to not repeatedly do it every time. I
feel like you've kind of undervalued our friendship there, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that I would love to do every single time we're together, and hope that you do that around any new people we ever meet. So I'm a bit annoyed you've not taken my feelings into consideration when getting this tattoo, because it's definitely something I would have loved to do. I actually want to get something on my hand now, just so I can like just get some like like fake disguises.
Oh,
so like really big glasses,
the glasses and the nose and the moustache. That's a particularly good idea.
That would be well funny.
Yeah, I mean, God. fair, but
I might get that.
So I mean,
that'd be unreal. Why have you got a fake glasses and nose on your arm, Dad? And I'd be like, well, let me tell you a story, son. Hypothetical son.
Well, you wouldn't even have to do that, would you? You could just be like, well, who's Dad? Because I'm not him. Thanks to my clever disguise.
Oh God, that's phenomenal. I can't believe you got that and you didn't actually follow through with the dab, well, especially with the dab being so important in our pop culture these days. I mean,
well, who doesn't dab? Who doesn't dab? Who
doesn't wake up in the morning and just dab?
Who's not still dabbing 5 years after everybody else was? But yeah, so
Paul Pogba still dabs. That's who.
That's who. That's fair enough. Then I'll leave him. He can have it. That is my gift to him.
I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, right. And as a concession, Matt, I appreciate that I've upset you with that tattoo. When I get my filler in, I'm going to get some Star Wars stuff. There you go. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll allow that then. That'd be cool. So obviously, I said that obviously my look had slightly changed. Was there a point in your like 20s to your 30s that there was a point where there was a big difference in the change you look? Obviously, bearing in mind shaving your head's obviously a big look and a big change, but you said you did that quite a few times anyway. But is there anything you can think of that was a complete like game changer in regards to a big thing about your appearance, do you think?
Well, if you were to ask me, Mum, obviously, because that's the person who's seen me the most. If you were to ask her, it's the tattoos. Like she's not a fan, but she's not a fan, but also she's not seen me kind of dab with it, so maybe I can win her over.
If I was a mother, he would be over.
But yeah,
Sign me up.
so the tattoos do make you look very different, but also, like you say, shaving your head's a big job. When I just decided that Hawaiian shirts were completely appropriate workwear, I think that's a big game changer, because plaid shirts are all well and good and we all like them and it's nice and fun, but also imagine entering a room and bringing summer with you, Matt. That's what happens. It's a treat. Especially for a man who
not
can't
only
go
you,
outside.
but everyone in the room.
Yeah. Especially for a man who can't go outside in the sun. It's really the best I've got.
Yeah, you were like always. Well, did you not take that song always take the weather with you, like a bit too literally?
Yeah, no, I think people like that song. I don't think that's necessarily a negative. They like that song, and whenever I say the word New York, I say New York, New York. You've got to do these things, otherwise the songs don't count. This is it.
Yeah, that's New York, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Start spreading the
That's what you
news.
do at the end, at weddings, and that when you kick everyone.
Yeah, that's it. And everyone kicks everyone, despite the fact that you know all these people, you quite like them. It's very odd.
They've got the kits, though, haven't they? They've got the kits. Yeah. Okay, well, I think what we should do is take a slight break before we go to the social media desk, and I believe we've got some anecdotes and some little quotes for us to go through as well.
Yeah, so topics. The one last thing I will say before we jump to social media.
All right.
How do you feel? Right, 2 words, yeah.
Yeah.
And I just want what pops into your head straight away. Yeah. How do you feel about the phrase signature look?
I'm excited about what it might bring, because I do like the idea of having a signature look. I'm assuming you're going to tell me more about this.
I will. In fact, no, I won't tell you now. I'll leave that. That can be a little
cliffhanger.
Oh, look at that! It's like
on the precipice.
It's like Sylvester Stallone in that film.
What film?
Rocky.
Okay, let's go to a break. See you in a second.
Okay, right.
So, Scott, as you may be aware, there's a bit of a lockdown on.
Yes, I had heard that.
Lots of people have suddenly got a lot of time on their hands and a smorgasbord of content to choose from to fill that time. How can people find the best nerdy content when there's so much out there?
It's difficult, but don't worry. I have developed a system to find the good stuff.
I'd love to hear it.
So basically, there are 3 criteria that all the best content contains. Animated characters playing in a sport, a team of misfits overcoming impossible odds, and the acting talents of Wayne Knight.
But what if people don't want to watch Space Jam on repeat?
What?
I've got another idea. How about a podcast from 2 down-to-earth guys discussing the best in books, films, comics, music, game and TV series?
That sounds amazing. I'm in.
Excellent. What do we call it?
Into the Nerdiverse, I reckon.
I'd listen to that.
Damn right you would.
We're back in the room. Did everyone enjoy the little break? A little bit of a, we're going to hear from another podcast. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a delight. Yes, it was a very, very enjoyable experience. Before the break, we were talking about signature looks. Now, I'm intrigued. I'm sure the listeners and watchers, the viewers.
That's the one.
The viewers and the listeners are probably interested in finding out what you mean by signature look.
Well, let me tell you, I've known 2 people in my whole life who have actively chosen.
Is that it? Just 2 people?
Just 2, yeah. You're one of them. Hey!
Get in!
So I've known 2 people in my whole life who have actively chosen a signature look, right?
No, okay.
And now I would say they vary in quality, because weirdly one of these people cool. My friend and yours, Joe.
Yes.
So
do you know Joe?
Joe, upon arriving back from China, all his things were in vacuum sealed. What vacuum seal garment bags or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
He decided that he was going to have a signature look. This signature look was jeans, brown shoes, a flannel shirt, like a checkered flannel shirt,
yeah.
so open, and under the flannel shirt, the man bought 10 different designs of NASA t-shirts. Yes. Now,
Brilliant.
yeah, I mean, it's a powerful move. He likes NASA.
Yeah.
He likes NASA, and ironically, dressing like that, people will give you space. Hey, that's a shit joke. I've rolled my sleeves down. Any dabbing now would be for my own benefit. So, but yeah, he made the decision that nope, that's what I wear. I wear NASA t-shirts and flannel jacket shirts. And it works out for him, he doesn't have to worry about it. Like, that's what he wants to wear. People know he likes NASA. That's the only benefit I can see to that. Now, that is one way of deciding a signature look. I also used to know a man. I've not seen him in a long time. Maybe he's dead. I don't know. I could be. It's a long time, It seems unlikely because he's my age.
Fingers crossed he's not, because we don't want that.
No, certainly, and I know this is a terrible way to find out. So he decided when he was at uni, and this is a better move for you think you're being specific if you're going with NASA t-shirts? No. Have you considered only wearing the colour purple? So he just got about like there's people who can pull it off. Prince will wear purple. He got away with it, yeah.
Okay.
That yon big blueberry lass from Chocolate Factory, yeah. Violet. I want to say Violet Beauregard. Yeah, she dressed entirely purple. Even the Joker had the good grace to dress in purple and green. Like.
Yeah. He mixed it up slightly with his colour scheme. But purple is predominant in most themed versions of the Joker. Yeah.
And this is it. But then the other thing is, I'm fairly certain that this entire thing came about the same time as musical act Gogol Bordello.
Yes, I do know those.
They had
they like a lot of acoustic here.
Yeah. I believe the technical term is super taranta, but we're just getting into a rabbit hole there. They had their biggest hit was a song called "Start Wearing Purple." Now I don't know if my friend saw that and was like, "All right, I'm gonna," and I just went into it, which is absolutely fine. But thank God he picked that song, because he could have picked like "Smack My Bitch Up" or.
It could have took a lot of songs too literal.
This is it. I mean, heaven forbid he's the same day when he turned on the radio and heard "Start Wearing Purple," he could have heard Ice Cube's seminal mega hit "Cop Killer," couldn't he? And anything could have happened. So you've got to be, you've got to at least be grateful for that. But what I'm saying is, I much prefer that one. If you're going to go for a signature look, just be fucking weird with it. Like if you come into work next week, say, presuming we're open, you come into work next week and say, "You're right, everyone. You've probably already noticed, but I've got a falcon now." And you know what? Yeah, good for you. That's much, much better than if you'd come into work and gone, "I'm considering falconry." No, commit. Do it. Every time.
Don't half-ass it.
No, someone will mistake you for a Batman villain. Go on, get on it. And this is a much more positive attitude to take than just, I like NASA. And that's not even a slight against Joe, because if Joe would have come in dressed in purple, he'd have got some abuse. So, there's no winning. But I'm just.
He went for a safer option, to be fair, and fair play to him for having the balls to go for a signature look, because let's not take anything away from Joe. Having a signature look is a bold move, because you are committing to that look no matter what. Even if it's bold and purple, or it's NASA and flannel shirts.
Exactly.
Still got
This is the thing,
still got the corner to do that.
And this is it. But Matt, me and yourself, we chose signature looks, but we chose something very easily describable. We went with the signature look of being incredibly handsome. That's what we went with. Look at that. See?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
So yeah, but that's about all I've got to think. Exactly. Like me, you, and Taylor Swift. Just shake it off.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I think that's about all I've got there. I'm done slagging Joe off for now. Shall we move on to the social medias? Yeah, for now. Every episode he gets somewhat spiteful said about him. But yeah, social media.
So should I go see if social media Matt is available?
I would love to hear from social media Matt.
Okay, no worries. Social media Matt. Yes.
Oh, hello, social media Matt. What a treat.
Hello.
That's it. You know what? That hat suits you even more than the other Matt.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. I've got some. I've been on the social medias and ting, and I've got some things to share. So let me get my device ready, and I will get these bits of correspondence from our listeners for you here. So we had a couple of people on Discord reply to a post I put up about people either not embracing the changing of the times in regards to fashion, or people who change dramatically, or if there's any funny stories that would relate to any situations that they found themselves in because of fashion and being of a certain age. So yes. So a gentleman called John James on Discord, good name, John James .-1999999999999.
Oh, John James .-199. I know the man,
yeah, exactly, yeah. So he said that he felt like his fashion sense dramatically changed in his mid-20s, but hasn't since. He said he definitely hasn't changed with the times, but well, that's it with the times. But same it says Homebody, who is on all the social platforms and creates content. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm glad we've pre-read this.
I might just say that again because that kind of made no sense. So John James said his fashion it feels like his fashion sense never changed dramatically, apart from when he was in his mid-20s, but he's not really changed with the times. And he said in style-wise, he was like, he dressed a bit like a college kid because he is an American fella. But then he moved in with a roommate who devoted a bit more time and effort to their appearance. So now he's kind of classed it a bit more up, and his friend actually like rubbed off on him a bit. Apparently, his friend wears bow ties for work.
Ooh,
that's a stylish guy. Bow ties.
Now there is a signature look.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of signature look I can get behind. That sounds very impressive. So apparently, he's met him in the middle. So I asked him what would he describe his style as now, and he says a business casual dad.
Nice.
Khakis or grey pants, button-down shirts, or a sweater. Now that's a nice look. That's a nice look. I can get behind that. It's not bow ties, is it? It's not fancy pants, but it's nice enough. So I'm getting that. A gentleman called Civil Unrest as well on the Discord said that his style hasn't really changed that much, but he did say that he does dress a bit like a skater dude. But could obviously embrace his dressing up side. So it sounds a bit like something that I get behind. Like I could do the same thing. But apparently his boss said that when he turned 30, he wasn't allowed to wear his hat backwards. Which that's not a very good boss thing to say.
Doug, first of all,
his boss called Doug as well.
Yeah, Doug, you've dug yourself a fucking hole here. Because I'll tell you what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
First of all, all you've done there.
Why
You're not factoring in.
Why would your boss tell you not to wear your hat back?
Yeah, you're not factoring in hats that can be worn anywhere around either. What about a fez?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Young
Doug, you've not
things
thought of
on
that, have
Facebook.
you? Mm.
No,
Mm.
bastard Doug.
Cop for that, Doug.
And then another lady called Professor Nerdy Drew. She's called Lisa. On the Discord, said that she said she really solidified her look around the mid-20s, but between 20 and 27 made some huge changes. And it was generally referred to as professional Mrs. Frizzle if she lived in the 1950s. I'm not really sure who Mrs. Frizzle is, but I'm assuming it must be quite big in America. But she said that she devoted a lot of her time and effort to buying more blazers, which I'm assuming was probably the look that Mrs. Frizzle would be going for. And she went through a phase of dyeing her hair different colours once she got a PhD. And she said that when she was undergraduate, she used to wear jeans and hoodies and overalls. So I asked her, did you feel that when you grew up a bit more that jeans and hoodies weren't necessarily the look? And she said that she felt like blazers was the thing that she definitely embraced more, having stuff like more polka dot blazers, bright pink, green ones, floral ones, ones with elbow patches, because she's a professor. Because she's actually a professor at a university in America. So elbow pads, that would be very, very fashionable.
Nice. That's
but very, very distinguished, but also very fun and very experimental. So yeah, I can definitely get behind all of that. So
yeah, I'm 100%
well done.
on board.
Fair play to all of our Discordians.
Well, let me hit you with this though.
Okay.
So, a friend of mine, she is an absolute delight, but I never tell her because she's a fucking nuisance. But she essentially stopped dressing like a teenage emo. Mm-hmm. Dressed like a regular human, a Reggers one, like with you know, a Reggers. Really, really well presented, really nice, blah, blah. Absolutely smashing it at the park. Hit 30, straight back to secret emo again.
What?
Yeah, absolute game changer. Like living the dream, I'm telling you. So I can only assume that at some point my hair's going to start growing back. And then all bets are off. Yeah.
Then we're talking.
Then we're talking. Oh, yeah. But this is what I mean. Get to a certain age, and then you're like, no, actually, I thought it was really cool when I was a teenager, and I was right. And
yeah.
Full on.
Cool. I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna get Matt to come back.
Oh yeah, go get the Matt.
Lovely to see you as usual, Matt.
An absolute delight.
Cheerio.
Look after yourself, darling.
Will do. Oh, has he gone?
Yeah, he's you know, like ships in the night, you two. Oh.
It's sort of we've only been in the same room once, and it was a lovely experience.
I can assume it was at that hat shop.
Yeah,
that was.
You know what?
That was the room.
Probably was the room. We were both what same hat. But yeah, that's it. It's always nice to hear from people on the social medias. I think it's probably best if we kind of round it up and try and come to a conclusion and come to some sort of agreement on what we think about this topic, and if fashion, either a lack of, can be considered as a midlife crisis, or completely changing everything, and like your friend did, and going back to a roots and having a big impact change. Is that a early onset? That's not the right word. Is that an early indication of a midlife crisis? So I think we could probably put both of these into two different kind of categories.
Well,
if I'm being honest.
Yeah. So let me hit you with this. Yeah. And this is an absolute curveball, which might change your opinion entirely. So my dad, yeah, is the most fashionable person I know. Like, he's fucking on it.
Papa Rhodes.
You know, like, yeah, he smashes it out of the park. And this is the thing, because he works a very manual job. He's a very, very manly man. But then he's just fucking on it. So I think it's not necessarily a sign of a midlife crisis so much as some people just get it and just do it. And I mean, I'm not saying we're not fashionable, because we clearly are, but we're not in the. It's not the same. The issue is, man, I'm 32 years old, and if I see a man in a pink shirt, I go, huh? So, like, really? It's not.
Okay.
So, you know, I
So,
mean,
okay. Let me put this to you. So maybe there's like a sweet spot where maybe your 30s is not the time where you should be worrying about if it's going to be a midlife crisis, if you like changing look. But maybe it's like when you get slightly bit older, like your golden years. So like your golden years. So we're talking like 40 to like 60, where you're like your distinguished older gentleman or older lady, and you can truly embrace who you are, and then obviously, because when you must get to a certain age, there must be an age where you get to where you think that jog pants, you know, like plasticky looking ones, shell ones, and shoes are an acceptable form of attire. Jumper.
See, yeah.
Jog
Pair it with a cardigan.
Yeah, there's a point where that happens. So I'm assuming that is the time that you should worry. If you start thinking that is a good look, then that is the time to worry. But any other time, it's not that much time. Because, I mean, anyone can pull, like they said, anyone can pull anything off. Your dad could be the most fashionable man of his age, but if he pulls it off, he pulls it off. So maybe necessarily fashion is just in the... it's all in your head of what you perceive to be fashionable, because you might think you look stupid as fuck, but other people might think you look dashing. You might think you look amazing, but other people might think that you look like a goon. So maybe it's just about embracing how you look and being comfortable in your appearance.
Yeah, I feel like that's an absolute safe bet.
So are we saying that no to this one?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with that. No, it is not the sign of a midlife crisis, Matt.
Yay! You know what? Have we had any that are sort of signs of a midlife crisis yet, though?
I don't know. I feel like what we might have done is discuss these things and talked ourselves out of it, and then be sat there quite smugly going, "Yeah, we're the coolest guys."
Told you, audience. Who's laughing now? Although I do think there are certain topics that are going to haul into the early midlife crisis one, and I think when we get to them, it's going to become very very obvious when we get to them.
You think so?
I've got a few.
Good.
So, well, I'm glad we've come to the end of this one. I'm glad we've solved another case. Tick it off the list.
Tick it off. You know what?
You're welcome, guys.
I think when we do run out of things to talk about, we're that good at solving cases now. We can jump onto other stuff like
mysteries.
Look at us. We're detecti, which is of course plural for detective.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you keep your mustache and you wear your double denim, then I'll get like a cool hat that thing you would wear. Sherlock Holmes might wear. With a pipe, and we'll just solve crimes if we run out of topic.
That's it, and not just any crimes we choose, so they can be real petty, like real petty, possibly imagined,
created by ourselves.
Somebody has slandered us.
Yeah.
Who in this room said we weren't good detectives? Let's detect.
Let's detect. Let's find out. Let's sniff it out. Okay. Well, on that note, I think we should tell the people where they can find us on the social medias and where they can find this podcast.
Okay. Yeah, so you can find me on the social medias at various ridiculous social media. So you're talking on Instagram, we're at the Metal Men. On Instagram at the Metal Men, that's my private one, but actually you're probably better off jumping to the what's my age again? TTYL, because that's just not full of my shite. That's got actual stuff on there. Or we're on Twitter at the same name. You can find everything on the That Thing You Like network as well. That's the easiest way to get to it, because then you can give our friends a like as well. You can check out Reese. You can check out Scott and there's so much stuff on there. Yes, I just stopped halfway through.
We've got more stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of fluffed that one, but it's okay. I'll let you off. TTYL network. TTYL network on all socials. We're part of the podcast with other different things. Other good things, good content. You can also find me at MTC UK on all platforms, because that's my handle for everything now. I finally changed it after about 10 years of having completely different ones for all different formats. I condensed it all, and it's all just at MTC UK. So you can find it there. Make sure you follow the podcast, like, subscribe, tell a friend about the podcast. We need just as many listeners as possible, and if your podcast provider enables you to write a review, please do so. 5 stars only. And if you if you leave a nice review, we'll read it out so people can celebrate your good journalistic expertise.
That's it. And if you leave a bad review, we'll read that out as well, because unlike you, we've got integrity. Yeah,
exactly. So any review, but we want 5 stars, please.
More
that shoots us up of any sort of algorithm, and that's what we want to do at the end of it. But yeah, well, it's been an absolute pleasure, Matt, and I'm sure our path will cross in the future. And if not, I'll see you next month for another one of these wonderful podcasts.
It's been a treat, my friend.
Later,
Tata.
Happy buys.
This podcast is part of the That Thing You Might Like network. Here's something you might like. Find us on socials at TTYL Network.